come to this noble function where you instill in us that gift of love. In creation, you created us to be holy and good, but at times some mistakes can happen, and some of us are born disabled. But we still have some very good people who can care for us and for everybody, most especially for those who give these wheelchairs for the young ones. May you bless them. And these children that will be having this facility to move them, may they use them profitably together with their parents. And for us who have witnessed this function, may we be able to learn that having good life is very essential. We also touch the lives of others, those who have difficulty in their lives. We extend a helping hand. God, may you bless this function. May your Holy Spirit guide us, that whatever takes place here may be guided by your hand. We ask this through Christ the Lord. May Almighty God bless you, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Father Didas, for your insightful prayer. May I request you to give him a thunderous clap. Yes, Father Didas, whenever we have these functions, he has been part and parcel of them, and is the first one actually to reach in the tent. And I can tell you he was the first person to open this tent, because he came thinking that maybe people had closed themselves inside and that the function is going on. So we thank you for that. Our dear chief guest and your team, here it is a team from Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital and Mbarara University of Science and Technology, plus a community team. And why we are here, it speaks for itself. I cannot start speaking about the reasons or the rationales as to why we are here, yet there are people to give us more insights. So may I now invite Dr. Felix Oyania to take us through this part. Dr. Felix Oyania is a pediatric surgeon, and I believe if you have ever had a child with malformation, that child has or had never escaped his knife. So may I come and give your remarks?
The RCC Mbarara City. Thank you. Thank you. The RCC Mbarara City leadership, the director, Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital in his absentia, I hope is coming, I believe. The MAST leadership, the Faculty of Medicine, Vice Chancellor, the Executive Director, Bethany Kids, in his absentia, Mbarara University, Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital community, the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You're most welcome for this event. Thank you for honoring our invitation. This is a long-awaited event for all of us. We've been anxious and patiently waiting for it. In a special way, allow me to welcome our Kenyan team. Could you please stand up for recognition? Thank you. So the Kenyan team have traveled all the way from Kenya to support us in building capacity and starting this project, as we shall learn more about what Bethany Kid does. You're most welcome. can take your seats. It's really a profound honor to see this day come to pass, the long-awaited day which our late boss, Dr. Situma, I wish was here to see this happen. It's one of the things that was at the bottom of his heart to see this happen. I'll request that we observe a moment of silence in honor of him for this day. May his soul rest in peace. Is Laura around? I would like to request Laura. Is Laura somewhere? Laura, could you just come and stand this side? People see you very well. I know she doesn't want to appear, but yes. Yes, Laura, this young lady here has really worked tirelessly to coordinate all these projects. I just want to say thank you so much, Laura. For the last 3 to 4 years, this is what she has placed her heart on, to work and ensure that this event happens. I really want to say thank you very much for your dedication and everything you've done. Thank you. It's a great day for us to see this event for wheelchair project to be launched in Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. We don't take this lightly. My job is to give a brief overview of what Bethany Kids does in Uganda. So Bethany Kids is a compassionate Christian mission transforming the lives of African children with surgical conditions and disabilities through pediatric surgery, rehabilitation, public education, spiritual ministry, everything that Bethany Kids does, Christ is at the center of it all. And of course, training health professionals across Africa. In Mbarara, in particular, Bethany Kids, like I said, has operations across Africa. That's why we have our partners from Kenya. That means that there's also Bethany Kids Kenya. That's why they're able to come to start this project and build capacity for us. So in Uganda, Bethany Kids operations started following a memorandum of understanding signed among 3 institutions. That is Bethany Kids, Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and then Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. This was in 2013-2014 when our late boss came here. So you can see that it took visionary leaders from MAST, Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital, and Bethany Kids to think of such an important partnership that has caused the provision of pediatric surgery and now rehabilitation services in southwestern Uganda. As you may not be aware, this is one of the services outside the capital city. The only regional referral that offers pediatric surgery and pediatric rehabilitation services outside the capital. So I think we're really grateful for this opportunity and the partnership that was established among the 3 bodies. What does Bethany Kids does in general? And that is what Bethany Kids Uganda also does as well. One is surgical training, pediatric surgery services, and holistic care. And in Mbarara, this has continued to be our work, and that's what we offer. We train health professionals and also offer holistic care. Someone will ask, what do we mean by holistic care? As you may know, that effective surgery can only be as effective as the care after the surgery. So Bethany Kids continues to grow in Uganda and is now prioritizing holistic care including rehabilitation therapy, spiritual care, now wheelchair services. This cannot be done without the services being offered in our regional referrals. So I would like to thank the physiotherapy department, including the students and everyone. Could you just stand for recognition? Everyone who is in physiotherapy, Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. I know Wens and your team. I know Agnes now has sat with Kenyans. It's okay. I hope you're staying here and not going back. Wens is there. Laura, Ivan. So it's a big team. So it's just fallen in a fertile ground that these services have been there. Now this is an opportunity for us to take it at a higher level. So the team you're seeing here are all doing great service for our hospital and the region at large. This is a blessing, the rain, so I'll be louder. So I already mentioned that with the physiotherapy department, together with the support from Bethany Kids, we have Ivan and Laura, who work with the physiotherapy department. Can you still hear me? Yes? Okay. Who work with the physiotherapy department to do a great work. This include, but not limited to, occupational therapy, physical therapy, psychosocial and spiritual care. Now we have the assistive technology, which has been launched today. We are really grateful for this event. And that's what we're officially rolling out today. So it's really a privilege and an honor for us to come for this event with immense support from the hospital administration, clearing all these things, with support from university. I think the MOU that planned, and we hope for better and more partnerships that exist. This is just a beginning. We continue to hope for the best for our hospital, for our university, for our region. And our sincere gratitude to the Bethany Kids for this support. We hope this continues, and this is just a beginning. And I'm sure if we utilize these chairs very well, Bethany Kids is committed to continue supporting us with these projects. Of course, we'll continue calling on our Kenyan counterparts in case we need something else or we need more support. Please continue to take our calls and our emails. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Somebody asked me exactly, apart from that, what that Bethany Kids do from here in Mbarara. Apart from the things I listed, I will say probably 60% of our staff is taken care of by Bethany Kids. Of course, we need more support from the hospital, from the university to augment that we're having. Yes, we have a number of staff who are supported that make our easier through Bethany Kids. This is just one of the things that are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Felix, for your brief remarks. And I was informed that Bethany Kid was started by Dr. Dick Ransford, who was coming from California, and that he was a missionary pediatrician. And you know, these missionaries, there's the way how they grow beards. You find when someone has beards like Saddam Hussein. But I'm so surprised that Dr. Felix has no beard. I don't know whether, but we thank you for doing that work of missionaries. You see, more often than not, we have continued and we continue to see lots of wheelchairs on the market, and we are forever told that those wheelchairs are not professional or they are not appropriate. So we shall have someone to tell us whether these wheelchairs which have been donated to Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital are appropriate, or whether the ones which are appropriate, they are the ones that we already see on the market. Let me invite Wens, is called Wens Saslas, is an orthopedic technologist here at Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital.
Good morning, everybody. I recognize the RCC Mbarara, the hospital director in absentia, our chaplain, Father Didas, the PNO, and the rest of the team. I'm here to give a brief about the wheelchair service and the importance and the significance of a wheelchair in a life of a person with a disability, but also the community at large. My name is Wens Mbarara. I'm a senior orthopedic technologist working with Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. Now, in line with today's function and theme, we'd like to know what is an appropriate wheelchair. As enshrined in the United Nations Charter for the rights of PWDs, we find that mobility, personal mobility, is a human right which PWDs need to enjoy. But because of the nature of the disabling condition they have, these people are normally confined and they cannot move and they cannot enjoy that right. And when they get confined, they are likely to develop even more disabilities and become ill or have other hard conditions. Now you find that when these people are confined, either they are crawling, they are depending on others to fend for them, they normally have stigma. Everybody is looking at them as if they are subhuman. And that's bad for them and also for the society. Now, the goal we have as rehabilitation professionals, and part of our responsibility as a society, is to ensure that these people get an appropriate wheelchair which helps them to move around and enjoy the right of mobility, but also access other social services like education. They can go to hospitals and access health care. Like children who are in school, they use the wheelchair to access the school. They go from home to school using the wheelchair. For those who are employed, it is a means to access their jobs and earn a living. Now, once these people get wheelchairs, it becomes a liberating tool in a sense that some of them can be able to earn some living. They can have some self-dependency. And that means if they were depending on others, then the burden is reduced. If you look at the mothers who are having these chairs, they have an extra burden than we think. Because they have to keep looking after the kids, they can't have time to look after other children. It means the whole family is affected. But once they get a chair which is appropriate, that one is somehow, that's a burden which is offloaded. Now, that having been said, what is an appropriate wheelchair? We have always seen chairs. Someone will come as a donor, he say, I'm bringing 200 wheelchairs. But not all chairs are usable. That's why you see when you look at these products, they are different in design, in size, and that is on purpose. Now, we define a wheelchair which is appropriate as that one which fits the user, is affordable, it is easy to maintain, and it should be durable, and also easy to look after, to make sure that it is usable and makes this person have benefit from it. So, to be able to provide an appropriate wheelchair, it is necessary to work hand in hand in collaboration with other professionals, but also close with the parents and the community. Because this person who has disabilities is normally found in a society. So if the society is not providing that kind of protective environment, the person gets he feels excluded. And inclusion of PWDs is one element which makes them feel they have the dignity to live as other people. And a wheelchair provides that kind of service in part to make sure that these people are also enjoying lives like any other person. So in this regard, I need to thank our Kenyan team who have worked with us this morning. In addition to donating the chairs, they have come to witness us giving them to the users, but also have hands-on in the assembling and fitting of the chairs. We are proud of you. We are going to put these chairs to the right service, and we'll make sure that every person who received the chair is assessed, fitted, to make sure that everything is right. We hope that in the future we shall be able to also follow them up in the communities to check the environment where they are living, to make sure that they are using the chairs properly, and also assess the impact to see if they are creating any impact, if it is releasing some pressure from the parents, if it is enabling the children to go to school, and so on and so forth. So in summary, that's what I would say about the wheelchair service provision in Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital, which is part of the bigger or broader aspect of rehabilitation. We normally make other things, artificial limbs, for those who have lost their limbs to accidents, diabetes, and what have you. So if you get time, you will pass at the workshop, you will be able to see some of the products we do apart from the wheelchairs. So with those many words, I say thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Wens, for telling us what an appropriate wheelchair is and what a wheelchair which is not appropriate is. Behind your T-shirt, I saw motion, make life accessible. And that statement, I think it speaks volume. It tells you that if you cannot move, it might be difficult for you to access life. Yeah, I want to recognize the presence of different heads of department from Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. I can see the head of laboratory services, Mr. Wagwe Robert. I can see the PNO, Principal Nursing Officer, and also the head of nursing services in this region. I can see the head of physiotherapy, among others. And this event is streamed live. It is getting streamed live on different social media platforms, YouTube, and that is the reason as why you are seeing that TV, so that everyone can watch. So I will invite remarks from the hospital director, also to tell us about the program of these wheelchairs which they have donated, and he also has much more insights in regards to Bethany Kid.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, our guest of honor, you are most welcome. Not the director. Yes. Yeah, but I stand in for the executive director, Dr. Barije, who contacted me late last evening. He said he missed this activity because he was called to Kampala abruptly to attend another meeting. But the good thing, the institution still runs. One, in all your capacities, really, I respect you. Apart from our guest of honor, whom we recognize as the main person here, we want to welcome the team from Kenya. Thanks for coming. Feel at home and you're welcome. That's one. Also, thanks for coming with a big heart, which is ready to give and support, especially those who are in need. And the team here pledges that really your good gesture will not be wasted, but we shall continue growing it and learning from you, so that we also go out. Now that you have planted the seed here, it should really spread. You are really welcome. I'm so happy that my colleagues are also here. For me, my professional life has rotated around children. When I actually go to a place where there are no children, I feel there's a problem. So when I came, I realized there were children, and they look good and happy despite all that they are going through. And I ngenda kusima abazire mwe bari kureberera abana tukwe abana bemukureberera bagumire konka tikikubarebeka misho, meaning you are positive about what you are doing and you are being driven by hope. Okay? Muina masiko. Now, when you have that masiko and other people come to give you more masiko, then your masiko becomes even much bigger. Okay? Even for us on the caring side, we also now have a lot of hope because abantu baruga Kenya kuza kutukwasa. Okay? Okay? Mbatere no mungaro. Enseji dimpango konka baruga Kenya. Hati batukwasa namwe mwakwasa netuza kugumizamu. Tukwe? Yes. I also want to thank the RCC. You are our big voice, and you are working with a visionary leader of this country. Sometimes we don't see what he sees and we don't see what you see. But after some time, we realize that, this is where they are taking us. And finally, we appreciate. Sometimes I tell other people that sometimes human beings are like goats. They always have ropes around their neck, most of them. And even if they are taking them to feed, they don't walk easily. You have to pull and it. But finally, when it gets there, it starts eating, then you ask yourself, why were you resisting at first? Sometimes that's how we are. So bear with us. But when we see where we reach finally, we come back and appreciate you because say, because when I looked at these wheelchairs, the first thing which came into my mind, they are going to improve the lives of these children. That's one. But then I came to appreciate the skilling program the president always talks about, because I talked to Wensa and I said, what is so hard to make these chairs here? I looked at them, I said, this one we need to bring from outside. This one from outside. But I think the skilling program, can we fail to maintain these wheelchairs, RCC, with the skilling programs you have started in this country? I think it wouldn't be. No, I think we can't fail. So I think we really appreciate the leadership of this country. Now, going further, the ED left, but he wanted us to recognize Dr. Situma for starting this. I first saw Dr. Situma when I was in charge of clinical services here. And he came and he said, Bethany Kids has to start. I said, it has to start, but from where? And we walked around the hospital and we identified the place where they were doing circumcision. And we agreed that we should evict these people. And we told them to go away so that that place could be used for pediatric surgery. Okay? And pediatricians are very aggressive people. When they want something for the children, they will make all sorts of noise until it's got. So Dr. Situma really started. And RCC, we have seen a lot of surgery happening in the small children, which we never thought would happen, especially in Mbarara here. Okay? They separated babies who were born together. And these are things we used to hear about in very far away places. You could even fear when you could hear it on radio. It was done here, and the pediatric surgeons did it. Now, recently, they also called children who had problems with their hearts. Either there is a hole or the one blood vessel went to the wrong place, and they collected them here. And I said, you people, you have brought all these children to die from here. I said, no, we are going to operate them. I said, okay, you go, we shall see. They operated them, and they all went home. I kept listening like human beings always listen on the wrong side, but they all went home. I did not hear parents saying, oh, my child. It was a big... These things sound small, but they are not small. They sound easy. They are not easy. So when they operate these children really, and they are left with other disabilities and something like this comes, then we know they will go to school, they will learn, and they will be able to be productive. Of course, in the old days, it used to be polio. That one, you took it away. You took it away. We no longer see it. It used to be the biggest crippling disease for children. But these days, it went away completely. But other conditions which also cripple children still exist. They are also reducing because the vaccines are working. These children get diseases in the brain and they really cripple them. Others get other infections and they cripple them. Others are just stubborn. They break their legs as they are playing, many things. But all this is coming to sort that one out. So we appreciate really Dr. Situma about that. Yes, Bethany Kids, thank you. And we shall always receive you and work with you. The university, I also want to appreciate the university. Please continue bringing good friends and partners who are adding a lot of value to the services we offer. And I think this is one of the best partnerships we have had, and we want to see it grow. For the hospital, thanks for the commitment. Yes, we are skilled, but we might not have everything we need all at once, but when it comes, we shall put it to good use and support the people who are going to really benefit from it. I want to end by requesting the RCC, in your fora, where you go, I don't speak for schools, I don't speak for agriculture, I speak for health because that's what I know. The other things, I hear about them, but I don't know very much about them. But all I know, people have to be healthy. If they are not healthy, then the other things are also going to be very complicated. Okay? They even don't go to church. That's why we have a chaplain. He waited for them. The other side, they didn't come. He said, now let me take the church to the hospital. So he's always moving around. I think sometimes from the altar, he just comes straight. You see him dressed and say, you people, where is the altar? No, he's moving around and say, I thought those ones I only put on when he's at the altar. Say, I think he forgot to remove them. I say, let him continue. This is now, it has become a big altar because he has to move around. Now, health is also very important because if people are not healthy, they will not be able to do a lot of things, including to go to church to praise God. We need to help this place to grow. And Bethany Child will come, other people will come, the ministry will come, but I think we need to put up a very loud voice. And I'm happy my colleague also from the city is here. Yes, let's build this hospital. And we still have the opportunity of the university, because the university moves faster than us because they do research. And whenever they do research, they tell us new things to do. But we are always slowed down by the service delivery arm. It pains me so much sometimes, RCC, to see a plane landing there and they say they are taking a patient to Kampala. Then you ask them, why? because of something small. I say, why they should have brought that thing here so that we do it here instead of bringing a plane to take a patient. Let's build our hospital. I think we need to be upgraded to, even if they don't call us national referral, let them give us what we can use to serve our people. The name doesn't matter. I think let's stop fighting for the name. Let's fight for services now, okay? Let's leave the name and we say, please, we are building up this big workshop to make these chairs here. Whether it's a health center, I don't mind, so long as the chairs are made and they help people. If it's operating hearts for patients, let's say we have a theater which operates, whichever name they give us, for me it doesn't matter, because I've seen the priest praying for us, not in church or in Jambitanga, but here. So I realize it doesn't matter, so long as you are doing and giving the service and you have what it takes. I think we need to be upgraded to that, and we are given these services so that our people get these services closer to home. I request us to stop here and thank you for coming to witness this, and also continue pledging on behalf of the hospital and the director that we shall continue serving and using this equipment very well, and encouraging the parents, don't give up. Please encourage other parents who have children with the same problem. Baba ine ekizibungechi, baina bana baina ekizibungechi. Mbagire ngubije. We might not give them everything. Abokwa byona tetubine konka kache netuza kujezaho. Tukwe? And then we shall encourage each other. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming.
May you give the representative of the director another hand clap. Yes. Dr. Dennis Nansera is our consultant pediatrician, and as he stated, what he said is right, that pediatricians are very aggressive. When you find him in that clinic of children, he does not want even to blink an eye. And I was so surprised, because I thought that he would step in, and then all of a sudden he receives a phone call and leaves the speech hanging and runs to attend to the clients. We thank you very much for your commitment. Yes, I also recognize the presence of different media houses. We have New Vision, we have Urban TV, we have TV West, we have NBS, we have Daily Monitor. So these stories, they are going to be published and aired on different television stations and radios. At this juncture, you will also allow me to make some amendments, because we have the Principal Medical Office of Mbarara City, who in this capacity is going to represent the whole DHOs. Because remember, Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital serves the catchment area and one city, those are 13. But because of highly specialized services, so you find when you're attending to patients even from other regional referral hospitals and some parts of Tanzania. So you allow me to invite the Principal Medical Office of Mbarara City at least to say something about this arrangement. You're most welcome.
My city clerk. At this time, let me introduce our city clerk, represented by Madam Brenda. Members present, good morning to you all. My name's Dr. Mugisha Kairuchi. I'm the City Health Office, and I am invited here to represent the DHOs of the 13 districts, with the one city inclusive in the 13. One, I want to thank the hospital administration for engaging in all this and involving us, because I believe that we also have a stake in this hospital. Two, I also want to thank the RCC for always honoring the invitations wherever you are called to come and listen and at the same time see all the developments that happen in the region. City Clerk, thank you for the support that you have always given to me. And all of us, as we give services to all our clients, because I believe serving this nation, we start small by small. But I want to echo on one thing. Dr. Nancy has said, RCC, that we don't need the name. What we need is the equipment, the supplies, the technology that is required, but the people you see around can build the name themselves. Once the equipment is available, the human resources I see here, however little they are, all small, I believe they can make the name once what to use has been available. I want to appreciate the Kenyan friends, Dr. Situma, who started the Bethany Kid issues. I know we have very many people or children that need some of this equipment. And we are, because of the different correspondences throughout the world, this hospital has benefited from very many hands, charity organizations, and this is one of the issues that we are here to witness. I want to thank the friends, all the charity organizations that have assisted us, and encourage everyone to get interested. Wherever possible, let's engage, let's attract more donations, let us try to lobby, especially for those who have the ability and very many forums where they can sit and talk. This hospital, I believe, will be a center of excellence in this. Services to all the population, not only children, but I think all the population throughout the world can benefit from this. I know we have specialized areas which are many, specialized physicians and doctors. Most of us can work together and deliver appropriately. With those small words, I want to thank you for all the engagement and the pledge already.
And I also take this honor in front of the RCC to thank you for your heart, for being a hard-working man. Because we are informed that back then, we no longer receive a lot of unnecessary referrals. And I want to thank USID Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital for strengthening the health care system in those in 13 districts and 1 city. When Mr. Wenz was making a presentation, he hinted on one thing. He said that at times when children are born with disabilities, they are stigmatized, and that is true, but it's quite unfortunate. But I will not say a lot on that, since we have a representative from Uganda Human Rights Commission. So we want to get it from her mouth whether keeping your child away from such services, it's unconstitutional. So let me take this honor to invite you, Madam. DJ. Okay. I'm going to reduce your salary, so you need to behave well.
Good morning, everybody. The LSCC, colleagues, protocol observed. I had not looked at the timetable. I didn't know I was supposed to speak. My name is Caroline Gumoshabe. I'm the regional human rights officer. I think we serve the same area like the referral hospital, 12 districts, and then the city. And I'm here to confirm that PWs are human beings and they have equal rights like we do. So when we talk about rights, they cut across. Every human being has equal human rights. And personally, when I saw the invitation, I personally have a child with a disability for now 11 years. So ndia hakuhamasiko ababana binabana bindo burema ruhangano wako bachitwire. So I was trying to share with my friend, and for quite some time I have not taken her to a hospital. So I was trying to inquire whether I can bring her back, because for 11 years it is not an easy thing. Konka n'abantu nkitwe kandi bine obugabe nkobwa abandu bine kandi tobazireba abo twine obujunanzibwa kurenga twabisya echabakwenda ababo kubasa kuza kushoma bakashoma bambende obuhereza bw'amarwaro bakazayo aha kuba kutwa tugamba obugabe bw'abantu no bwa buri omwe wena as long as ori omuntu. So emirimo mingi kutugamba abantu abine oburema obuno batekateka society eine byegamba bingi konkitwe abumukama kuba bahire nito twine obujunanizibwa kureba ngo abana abo babaho kandi batunga ebasheme kuba mbatunga. So imwe abazira bina abana kabo nyo wanje isemya 11 mutahwa mani. So mureke tukose obuherezo buruho ubwa government nunje babajigambire akuba nyowa kagari nkakihamurago this type konko wanje kachizire kuna bendo Masaka empaka na gari nafuna another type to fit her. So actually nalyo intekateka ngo akakunta kukozesa nkakareta abantu bakakozesa cyo cyakindi yo muto. So on the human rights perspective abana bakutura n'oburema naona abantu kitwe as long as we are human beings we all have equal human rights. So when we talk about human rights, these are natural entitlements that we are born with. They are for every human being. Thank you. That is the little I can say.
Thank you very much for your brief remarks about human rights. And it's good that our parents are here, so they are going to take the message. We shall have just a brief remark. This one is going to be virtual. A brief remark from the director of Bethany Kids. He was supposed to be with us, but he was unable to make it. But he sent us a recorded speech for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to request those on computer to play it. He has also been passionate about children, just like Dr. Nansela and Dr. Oyania. So I do request you to play that brief speech.
It is a true honor to be with you here today representing Bethany Kids on this important day. For many years, Bethany Kids has has envisioned this day, and I think especially in this moment of the late and very great Dr. Martin Satuma, who for years invested so much of his life to ensure that it is a true honor to be with you here today representing Bethany Kids on this important day. For many years, Bethany Kids has envisioned this day, and I think especially in this moment of the late and very great Dr. Martin Satuma, who for years invested so much of his life to ensure that children have good access to medical care. He didn't want to see another child die unnecessarily in Uganda who could have been saved due to access to surgery. And that vision has continued to grow because we know that the data is very clear that if we're going to have good and safe surgery, we need to ensure we have proper follow-up care. That includes appropriate rehabilitation so that children can learn to regain their muscle mass and strength again, and also access to assistive technology like wheelchairs. The data is very clear on this, that if we want children to be able to attend school, if we want children to be able to grow up and have jobs that are able to contribute to the broader society, they have to have wheelchair access when they're young. That allows them to go through those doors of school, of education, and eventually of the workplace. So the investment today, this is exciting to think about, the investment today of giving children wheelchairs is not just transforming children and their lives, but it is transforming the entire potential, the entire roadmap that is before them. Because in the decades to come, as these children continue to go to school and work across potentially the entire country of Uganda, they will be able to participate in society, not just be dependent on others, but be able to truly fulfill the passion and purpose that they have for their lives. So today is big. Today not only represents changed lives in one moment, but it represents a growing vision to ensure that all children in this region have access to care. I think especially as Bethany Kids goes into her 9th country in the coming months, I think about just how special the work in Uganda is, particularly our partnership with the Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital and the Western Uganda region generally. Our partnership with you has meant that lives can be transformed. It's no secret that the work in Uganda is something of a jewel of the entire Bethany Kids organization. And it comes down to one very simple fact, that we have an extraordinary working relationship with the extraordinary and amazing team at the Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. Because of the willingness to put aside differences and focus on the well-being of children, we as a community have brought lives back from the edge. People who otherwise would have died in early childhood are now living. And today we celebrate that partnership grows so that those very same children not only can be alive, but they can thrive. They can have the gift of an appropriately fitted wheelchair. They can have access to mobility, which gives them access to schools and work. So on this day, I want to say thank you to the entire leadership and team at the Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. I want to say thank you to the Bethany Kids team in Uganda. I think of Dr. Felix and Ivan and Laura and the rest of the team. I am so thankful that so many people are standing up today to work for the betterment of humanity, particularly children needing assistive devices in Uganda. Thank you for being good partners. Thank you for sharing this vision with us as we today begin to deploy wheelchairs across the country, and particularly the western region of Uganda. Thank you, and God bless. It is a true
You can feel and see how he's speaking with passion. Our guest of honor, at times I get worried. Uganda has many rich men, and these people who started this kind of work, I'm informed that they are not all that rich. But at times I get worried when I see a rich man even struggling to outcompete the poor man instead of coming out to help a poor man who is suffering. I think we need to change our mindset, really. I recognize the presence of different in-charges. Once again, I can see Sister Judith. I can see Sister Nakato. Yeah, thank you for representing. We are almost coming to the end of this function. And at this juncture, we invite the city clerk who represented the mayor to make our remarks. You are most welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Asimu Brenda. I am here representing the city town clerk. He was unable to be with us because of other competing activities. My duty here is to acknowledge and thank everyone who has made a contribution to this. I happened to have, in my academic journey, I happened to have taken a course which was called community-based rehabilitation. And in that course, in that 3-month course, I came face to face with children with disabilities and the struggles that they were living with on a daily basis. So for me to see these kinds of interventions for them, I am very excited and I'm very impressed that some people thought that at least these children need a chance in respect to mobility. So thank you very much, Bethany Kids. I didn't know so much about you, but from what I'm hearing, you're doing very great work. And the city is behind, is supportive of every activity that is done to improve the livelihoods of people who do not have the opportunities that everyone has. So thank you very much, Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital. Thank you very much, Bethany Kids. And of course, thank you very much, our RCC, who is always very supportive in endeavors like this. And to the parents who have these children, we continue to support them. And Mbarara City is with you all the way. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, thank you very much, the representative of the mayor and also our beloved city clerk, for your brief remarks on point. Yes, our guest of honor, all members almost have been hinting on it, that now we need to work for as Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital, we need to work for the service, not the name. But when I was making some simple research in 2011, when the president was commissioning this building, somewhere I found that his dream was to transform this hospital into a national referral hospital. And even that is the reason as to why in 1986, because I understand you are part of that group that went to the bush to restore sanity. After coming from there, that's why he came with a vision of starting Mbarara University of Science and Technology as the second medical school in the country. But at times, you find patients are complaining that there are no services, and yet, as Dr. Nansera stated, some things might be beyond us. We are supposed to serve like the population of about 2 million people, but since then the population has increased. Now we serve over 6.5 million people. So that is the reason as to why whenever they supply supplies, they cannot even take for 2 weeks instead of 2 months. So we add on our voices to, maybe we know that you always, on a weekly basis, you always share a briefing with the executive director of this country. I wish you can remind him. So let me take this honor to invite you to make your closing remarks. May you give him a thunderous clap as he comes.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, the Director of Mbarara Hospital, and your team of doctors. The city clerk and your health officer, our religious leader, who has led us in prayers, the prayers that enable us to do this. Our friends from Kenya, representing the director of Bethany Kids, ladies and gentlemen in your capacities and the press, you normally baptize me the name I don't like much. Being an RCC of Mbarara City, you come to do the work and you are called the chief guest. At least chief worker. I've come to work. You can't be a guest in your own home. But of course we follow those wazungu's things. I want to thank you, Mr. Director, and your team for the good work you do for this hospital, for the patients, and for the people of this country. Help will come because you are doing some work. If not so, we will not get help. Help is an appreciation of what you are doing. I normally think that God gave us two assistants on this earth. One are the religious leaders. They assist him in making our lives better when we avoid sin. Then the second assistant are the health workers who maintain the lives that God gave us. So when I am dealing with these two groups, I know that I'm dealing with the very important people who God gave knowledge, powers and authority to represent him so that we can live longer. And that's why our government, this doctor, who is very patriotic, was appreciating what government has done, and was saying at times we don't appreciate, but when such things come, we do appreciate. That's why our government has put emphasis on sciences. On sciences. Our children are encouraged to take sciences so that we produce many doctors. The well-being of our doctors, of some, because there are some I always see quarreling, those who are not very patient. Our health workers are now better than they were. They are, whether you believe it or not. This gentleman whom we are in charge, this doctor of the city, whom we are all in charge, beats us in salary. Isn't that a step that the government has taken? Then we remain struggling with the interns and many these other interns. But that one gives hope that what has solved a bit of the problems of these people will solve your problems too. Let's remain with hope. I want to thank our Kenyan brothers, represented by very young people, for joining us and for really coming to work with our doctors here to make sure that these wheelchairs are well prepared. By the way, for me, I don't call you visitors. You are at home. This is East Africa. When you look at the faces of those daughters and sons of ours, what is the difference? You people who are interested in divisions. Eh? Where is the difference? Some of them you may think they are my sons. Others may be sons of this doctor or daughters of other doctors. So that's why for us in NRM, we believe in patriotism, we believe in Pan-Africanism, because we know we are one. And when we continue working like this, we shall also develop and reach where other countries have reached. What we need is really to love our country and love ourselves. Especially you, people who are like me, who serve others. When you serve this hospital as a worker, you don't serve well. Serve this hospital as part of the hospital, own it, own the patients, let them become your relatives, because we are one. But I monitor government programs and projects. I want to say, with all the challenges that you people have, you are doing a good job. And by the way, challenges will be there. If you don't want to be challenged, get a heavy blanket, go to a very comfortable bed, cover yourself, sleep forever. But when you wake up to work, you are meeting challenges. By the way, for us who are servants, you are meeting abuses. A human being will never be satisfied. You bring this, he wants the other one. You bring that one. So what we need to do is to continue with the struggle. I have heard you struggling to become a national hospital, and you are saying the president had that dream. The dream is not dead. The dream is still alive. As long as you keep good governance in power, yes, I repeat that. As long as you keep good governance in power. Uganda is not created today. But Mbarara University of Science and Technology, by this regime. Improvement of this hospital, by this regime. Improving of salaries of health workers, by this regime. All these people are helping us because we have peace in this country, by this regime. You just keep it. Some young men who are looking at me are very good at looking at change. My son was one day telling me, I was born when this man called President Museveni is around. I've grown up. You want me to die when this man is still around, and you are still in the RCC. I said, but this RCC who pays school fees for you, and this president you are talking about, who has created a good environment for you to study and remain peaceful, why do you wish them dead? Why don't you wish them to continue and do better than they are doing now? I'm not a politician, I'm not politicking. But I'm saying we need to appreciate we need to appreciate the good things we get. As we are appreciating now this donor that gave us these wheelchairs, which are going to really help our disabled children. So, like he said, we have rich men around, they are competing with the poor. Why don't the poor also compete with the rich? And we remove that poverty mentality. Who was created to be poor? Nobody. If there are rich men competing with the poor to make them poorer, why can't the poor men and women also work hard to catch up with the rich? What has made Africans poor is to praise poverty. We praise poverty. By the way, we are very happy when we are very poor. And want always to be assisted. When shall we assist others? Don't we be proud when we also assist others? That's why government is struggling very hard now to make the poor also rich. The rich. The 39, we have 39% of Ugandans very poor. For you, I'm talking to the rich. To the miserable rich. I'm talking to the miserable rich. But there are those who are very poor. And the government is now fighting very hard to make sure that those 39% joins the 61%, and we are 100% rich in this country. Do you need to steal drugs from the hospital in order to be rich? Huh? Do you need to steal drugs? No. You need to work very hard, save the little that you have, and become rich. By the way, when you steal the drugs, you go with the curse, and you never be. For me, I always struggle with my friends here I work with. I hate corruption. And I'm not corrupt. That's why you are saying, wherever we call you, you come. When I don't come, I'm cheating your time and I'm corrupt. I have to come. If I'm unable, I have to come. Do the service I'm paid for. I'm not corrupt, but I'm not poor. I'm a miserable rich person. So I encourage you young people, you looking at me, don't always remain beggars. Yeah, you know, this government, Museveni, we money, what? Who is the son and the daughter of Museveni here? Museveni and his government create peace, good environment for people to work, struggle for yourself. When you wait for government to feed you, I pray for you, you die comfortably. So, now our friends have assisted us in giving us these wheelchairs, which are going really to assist those children as we see them there. They need them. They even needed them yesterday. Are we going to maintain them well? Are we going to sensitize these parents to maintain these chairs? Or they will carry those disabled children in the morning, and the evening they are carrying a matoke to the market. You know, at times our people are not serious. We need to sensitize them. Or they are carrying crates of beers to the shops. So, thank you so much, Bethany Kids. You heard the gentleman talk. By the way, he was asking, and I also want to ask, when will an African one day talk like that? And we listen, we were like soldiers on parade, listening to that big man talking, helping poor Africans, praying for him, God should keep him until at least 10 Africans die, but he remains there. Let's work for a day when an African, one of you young people, will be talking, donating to them. And they also listen and pray for you, and they become next to God. So we need to work hard. We need to be sincere to ourselves. We need to love our country, and love yourselves. Do we love ourselves? No, we don't. When you love yourself, you love others. Let's not waste time. I always watch, and they come to me at times. You see young men walking, no, we are tired. I say, but you are beginning to work, you can't get tired. We are interns, and when you don't do this, we shall kill a person. And they go back without killing any. So, because you should know, your country is poor. Whether you want it or not, we are living in a poor country. We are struggling to come up. So quite a bit, pray to God that we develop as you also join hands. But you want to break glasses, and when you don't even have money to place those glasses. So, I want to thank you so much. And I want to thank our daughters and sons that have come from Kenya, and tell them that your fellow East Africans, Ugandans love you so much. And greetings to our president, the new one now. Yes, the old one was a very good friend to us. The new one is a good friend to us. And we shall remain as East Africans working together to develop East Africa and Africa. We are tired of being helped. Me at times when I'm appreciating, I get challenged. For how long are we going to continue being helped? How long? What if they say no? By the way, recently they said no. If you don't open the buttocks of your children, we are not giving you help. Haven't they said so? But for us in Uganda, we have said, no, we shall not open. Away with your help. Away. We can struggle for ourselves. These guys come from parents who have banana plantations and cows. You milk a cow, get a banana and eat and sleep. And keep your children safe. I was told to, is it launch? I was told to launch these chairs so that they go and do the work. They have come for. So I want to take this opportunity to, how do we launch?
Let us have one
of the child.
Laura. Let's have some order for the representative of the Bethany Kids to receive a souvenir from the hospital director. Yes. Please, you can receive it from me. Yes. Yeah. Yes. This is an appreciation from Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital to Bethany Kids. Okay, that is so grateful. Now our last item, it's a guided tour to physiotherapy, orthopedic clinic, to see what these people are really doing. And then from there, we also have some lunch with us. So I request the... Sorry? Oh, yes, we have a photo session which I had forgotten about. Where can we? Yes. Our chief guest, the city clerk, principal medical officer, our chaplain, PNO, principal clinical officer, that is Madame Dorothy. You can be part of that. Sister Maria. RCC is in the background, our chief guest, because this one we are going to put it on our calendar. Yes. You can be part of that session. Are we good to go? Yes, are we through with that session? Okay, yes. Thank you very much once again for honoring this occasion. Thanks the service providers. We had Lynette who offered this decoration. We had Disco Sound. We had Creative Media who has been doing live streaming. So our next session is now guided tour, which is going to be led by a principal physiotherapist, orthopedic technologist. Yes, so that we can end and then come for something to put in our tummies. Yes? You guys, I'm done. Okay. Yes. Esteem? Huh? You follow them.
I hope someone is... Maybe you leave this one to take care of it.
So, others who remained, I think they can be able to access refreshments because not all team is going. So feel free to walk there and get your refreshment.